Right. Welcome to Sedentary Education Channel. Please, today we are going to take a look at collectible marks, specifically Microsoft Word. And paper one, most of the questions, the collectible marks are from Microsoft Word. And in total, the Microsoft Word constitutes about 1/3 of the entire paper. So in most cases, learners just say, oh, Microsoft Word is easy, and then they focus on challenging questions like spreadsheet and database, forgetting that they could have gotten a lot of marks in Microsoft Word. So today, and for the whole week, we are going to look at the questions that we can easily get marked from, and then how do we approach such questions. Once again, welcome to Sedentary Education Channel. Right. So I will check if you can hear my voice and then see the screen as well before I proceed. Now, let me see if you can see the screen. In the comment section, don't forget to add your comment if you can see my screen. Right, so if you can see the screen, we can start right away. I just shared the screen, so we are going to start from now. Right. Now, when the first that we are going to look at, we are going to look at the topics that constitute the collectible marks, and then we'll start solving them one by one. Now, in Microsoft Word, question 1 and 2, and then question 7, you will find a total mark of 50 marks. Now, in most cases, question 1 has a lot of marks, which involves page setup and formatting, like page layout, the margins, the orientation, changing the paper size, inserting columns, and then creating a column breaks, section breaks, line numbers, hyphenation, and advanced layout options. Header and footer. Sometimes you'll be required to insert maybe the file name and others in the header and footer, as well as the page numbers. Also, the collectible marks, we will look at find and replace, the basic find and replace, and the special find and replace. For instance, find and replace with a symbol, or find and replace with a picture, or sometimes find and replace with a special characters like M dash and then N dash and other characters. Again, collectible marks, we look at styles and paragraphs, focusing on creating and modifying styles. You'll be asked to create or maybe modify existing styles. Multi-level list, bullets and numbering, and then making changes to the existing bullets. Then All right, I believe everyone can see my screen and also hear me. Let me see if you can see my screen. I'm back online. Thank you for your patience. Let me know by the comment section whether you can see me. All right, thank you very much for your patience. You know, technology, I got issues with the network, then I had to restart all over. Thank you so much. Right, my apologies. Right, so we will move straight to, we are using the same link and then the same document. So I'm going to focus on them again. Like I was saying, the collectible marks, the page setup and formatting, find and replace, creating a style and paragraphs, then also text and character formatting, like the font group, font type, font size, font effect, character spacing, and then advanced formatting. Also focusing on tab stop and referencing, whereby you will be given a question to set up a tab, whether through the screenshot or you'll be given the tab dimensions, then you set them up using the ruler, which is easier one. And also references, like table of content and others, inserting cover page or making changes to existing cover pages. Forms developer, which is mostly question 7, and then sometimes also question 4, question 3, question 7, or sometimes question 2. So in most cases, they will put the questions under the forms. In question 7, that's the developer form control, editing and creating forms, and performing some calculations also in forms. Again, watermark and designs. Under this topic, creating a watermark or advanced watermark using a symbol, like what happened last year, November 2024 question paper. And then also inserting watermark on a specific page. Then again, creating a page or making a page color, whether texture, gradient, or pattern style. Then document and links, also hyperlinks, bookmarks and cross references, index, inserting fields like date and then author name, using quick paths. Then citations and references, inserting and editing sources or citation, bibliographies and source management, that is whereby you'll be given a source, then you make changes to them. Then also inserting footnote and endnote, table of figures, table of content, and then caption. Right, then other formatting like drop cap, word art, text box, and then smart art and shapes. Then tables, like designing a table, changing the table design and layout, performing calculations in the table, and then cell margins. And then finally, regarding the Microsoft Word, will be mail merge. So basically, this is the content, or this constitutes the Microsoft Word question 1, 2, and then 7. But some of them are easier to get all your marks. Only few instances whereby you need to apply several skills before you can get your answer. Now, so today we are going to focus on the collectible marks in Microsoft Word, and then I will make it easier so that in the prep examination or your final examination, you'll be able to get those marks as well. Don't forget to put all your questions under the comment section, and then I'll check from time to time and then answer all your questions. Right, so this document also I shared with you. The link that I shared there, you will find that document, because when you open it, It's going to give you MS Word by Serenchi. If you open that folder, you are going to see Microsoft Word, whereby all the files are inside, and then these are the questions, and then the topic outline or the scope. You will find everything there. Excel is also there, access, and then HTML file, so that whenever we do those calls, we use the same data file or the same link. Right. So I'm going to start with the sampled questions. And it says MS Word sample question by Serentry Education. You'll find it like that. Then computer applications paper 1 sampled question. I have so many questions. We will pick at least one for each, and then we'll try to see how to answer these questions. Then I'll give you a chance to also try your hands on them at home. So we will start with the paragraph settings. Now, what are there to do regarding the paragraph settings? Under the paragraph settings, you'll be given questions to set the indent, paragraph spacing, line spacing, and then in instances, they will say Microsoft Word feature, which is the keep lines together, and then keep with next. And then sometimes also they will give you a screenshot whereby you have to use also either paragraph or the ruler settings and adjust it. So we are going to look at these questions. Join me by opening one pyramid from the MS Word. If you go to this folder, you'll find one pyramid. Any of them, you can open it. Right. Now, the first question, it says, change the indentation settings on the ruler of the paragraph that starts with one of as follows. Please, this is very important. This question is saying that on the ruler, I didn't say use the paragraph settings. They say on the ruler. So now you cannot use the paragraph. The first line indent to 2 centimeters, and then the right indent at, or the right indent to 14 centimeters. Right, so we have the ruler setting. If you don't find it here, go to view and then you take ruler. It should be there. Now, this is the paragraph we are going to deal with. So you click inside the paragraph. Now the question says first line indent to 2 centimeters. Now you will see this indent marks on the ruler. The one on the top is the first line indent. The one below it is a hanging indent. And then the one at the bottom there is left indent. So if you want to change it to the left indent, you drag the one at the bottom. If they say hanging indent, the one just on top of the bottom one. And then this question says first line. So we choose the one on top to 2 centimeters. Then again, click inside the paragraph again. Right indent must be at 14 centimeters. So here we have right at the 14 centimeters and the first line at this one. If you make a mistake and then you use the paragraph settings and then you go and change the right indent by saying 14 centimeters, it's going to tell you the indent size is too large. So this is the common mistakes learners mostly encounter. They will say the question say right indent, but now it's giving me this. Remember, the question says right indent at 14 centimeters. Don't forget, if you are here and then the question says the right indent, you are pushing it to 14 centimeters. Remember, let's say here is 16. So here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14 will be somewhere here, which eventually will collapse the whole paragraph. That's why it says too large. So now take note, they say at 14, so it should be here at position 14. So take note, you don't have to use the paragraph settings. You see, in most cases, learners making mistake under this type of question. The second one, it says, change the lines and then the paragraph spacing of the second paragraph that starts with a grain as follows. Set the paragraph spacing after to 8 centimeters and the line spacing multiple at 1.4. So here, this is the one. You go to paragraph group, you click on this arrow. But in the examination, make your work easier for you. Just go to tell me what to do or the search and type paragraph. Type the keyword paragraph. Now, when you go there, you can easily change the paragraph spacing, which is before to be 18. And then the line spacing, they say multiple. Remember, we have exactly, at least, double, and then all this. Now, this question talks about multiple, and then it says multiple at 1.4. So at 1.4. Check whether your measurement is comma or point. So this should be the way we should do this part of the question. Right. Again, so you can see the paragraph, we have the indent using the ruler, and again, changing the paragraph spacing as well. Now, another one is paragraph settings. This question says, use a paragraph setting to ensure that the heading insert here will always appear as the first line of a new page. As the first line of the new page. So insert here must be the first line on the new page. And this question says paragraph set. It didn't say you must press enter to push it like this. It says use the paragraph settings. So either you click on the paragraph settings from here, or you go there and type paragraph. And then that feature, we have these two tabs here, indent and spacing, and then line and page break. So this one is part of line and page break. Now, because the question says must push this one to the next line, we take page break before. If the question says they must move together, then you take keep with next and keep lines together. So whereby you have a paragraph and then the text also below, you choose that aspect. Right. Right. Now the next one says, so this one we take page break before. These two here, keep with next and keep lines together, is only when you want them to move together. So here we take page break before and then you click OK. So it will move it to the next page. If the question says they must be together, you select, and then when you go to paragraph settings, you choose keep lines together and then keep with next. They will always be together. So that's the paragraph settings. In most cases, learners get this one wrong. Identify these. They can say use Microsoft Word feature. So whenever you see that they must move together or they must move to the next page, then you should know that you have to use keep with next or keep lines together. Now, let's go to a situation whereby they give you a screenshot, like as you can see here, one street. So we open one street. Right, and now this question says, with this paragraph, find a paragraph that begins with what exactly is and ends with go from here on the third page. Change the line spacing of the paragraph to 20 pt at least. Now here it says 20 pt at least. So meaning we have to choose at least, not multiple. And then also change the indentation so that it appears as you see there. Now, when you click inside it, then you go to, first of all, let's check this. This one is at 1 centimeter, and this here is at 14 centimeters. So we move this one, and look at it also. When you see the top and then the down all together, that means it's a left indent. So they move the left indent up to 1 centimeter. So you have to click on the bottom one and move it to 1 centimeter. And then this one was also moved to 14 centimeters. So this one is 1 centimeter and this one is 14 centimeters. Right. And then it says we must also change the line spacing to 20 pt at least. So when you click there, line spacing can also be found from paragraph settings. And then the line spacing, instead of multiple, you choose at least. And it should be at least 20 pt. And then you click OK. So basically, that's how we should answer this question. Right. Now, one course is still the same. It's the margins. The one course is talking about margins, then we are done. Now, how do we change the margins? Let's say we are using the same thing. We might change the page orientation of the document to portrait. That is one cost. It says you must open one cost. Right, I think I'm not seeing one cost here, but I'll find it and then send it to the group. If I don't find, let me do this. Let me use the same thing. Now it says we should change it as follows. The orientation should be portrait, the paper size to A4, and then the top and then the bottom margin to be 2 centimeters. Then the left and then the right margin to 1.5 centimeters. If you have a question of this nature, you can use margins or you can use the ruler settings. Now, inside the ruler set, just click anywhere inside the ruler. It's going to open what we call the page setup. That's the easier way of reaching out to the margins or the page setup. Don't click at the bottom, maybe on top. Now it gives you the margins 2 centimeters each. Then you change it. And then here it says 1.5, left and bottom. or left and right. Sometimes they can even ask you to change also the gutter margin. And then they say the orientation should be landscape. So that is how we change the margins. And then also you don't need to, you can also use search and type margins, then adjust margin. That I will advise you, you only use that one only when you have a question like change it to narrow, moderate, or wide or mirrored margin. But if they have a specific measurement, just double click inside the ruler, then you can easily change it. You can change the margin, you can change the paper size to A4. You can also change the layout, the vertical alignment, you can change it to center. They can ask you to change the vertical alignment also. At the same time, they can ask you to change the line numbers, whereby you click on line numbers and then you say number automatically, so that the lines will be numbered automatically. Right. So the easier way of getting to the page setup, and then this numbering, just go there and your work will be easier for you. Right. Now, that is all about the paragraphs and then also page setup. Then let's move to the next topic, which is page numbers. And this one, I'm going to pick one question regarding page numbers. I'm going to pick one question regarding page numbers. This is the easier one, which says insert automatic page numbering in the footer in the format of X of Y. So I must open to PUDP. Yeah, here is it, to PUDP. Now, the first question says you must insert a page number as X of Y. So here you go to insert, and then you look for page numbers. And then at the bottom of the page, then you look for the format called X of Y. Here is the X of Y. Now, if they ask you to take it to the right or to the left, once you select, then you can use the alignment maybe to the center or to the right or justify. So whenever you are inserting page number, just place it. And after that, where the question says you must place whether left, bottom, or right, you use the alignment to change that. Right. So that is all about page numbers. And then the other one is whereby they want you to start numbering from somewhere. Like this question, to post-pandemic. Now, this question says, apply automatic numbering to the paragraph highlighted in blue. So let's look at the paragraph that's highlighted in blue. As follows. Use a small Roman numbers, indent the number by 1 centimeter from the margin. So this one is bullet and numbering. Let's look at that paragraph highlighted in blue. I think it should be this one. Let's check the question again. arise. Yeah, this one. So you select it, and then we go to bullet and numbering. Now this question wants us to use Roman numbers. And then after that, it says indent the number by 1 centimeter from the margin and the text 1.5 centimeter from the margin. So here you right click on these numbers, and then you see adjust list indent. You'll find adjust list indent. Then you can see the text indent and then the number position. Now this question says the number position should be 1. And then this one should be 1,5. So whenever you have the numbering and you want to modify, you just right click and then you see adjust list indent. So that is how we modify the numbering. Right. Then the next question says insert automatic page numbering at the bottom of each page as follows. Use the dog ear numbering format. Start the numbering at 1 on the second page. Now, so first of all, we need to insert page numbers. You can also use the search or tell me what to do it. Page numbers. Then you see bottom of the page. Then we look for dog ear. Here is it. Now I didn't tell you where should we place it, whether right or left. So after placing it, the question says there shouldn't be any numbers on page 1. Page 1 shouldn't have numbers. So you click on page 1, then you say different first page. So that is going to remove the first page. In other words, you are creating a section break. So the different first page divide the first page from the rest of the pages. And then after that, you move to page 2. Instead of it to say 2, you go to page numbers, make sure that you have header and footer. Then you see page numbers, format page numbers. And then you say start at 1. So if they start at 1, it will be from that side. So you start at 0, so that the first one will be 0. Then here should be starting at 1. And then this one will be 2. So when you choose different first page, then you break it, then you use start at 1 or start at 0, depending on how the question will tell you to start numbering from. Right. Let me check if there's any question. If there's no question, I'll proceed. Like I said, if you have any question, don't forget to put it there for me, and then I will address everybody's concern. Right. Then we move straight to also the page numbers. So here they said the page number should not be on the cover page, neither should it also be on the table of content. So in this case, you must set section break, which I'm going to show you. Right, how do we insert section break? So here I'm going to put 1 on each trade. Right, now this question says, automatic page numbers in the footer as follows. The page after the table of contents should start at 1, and then no page number should be on the cover page. So this is the cover page. There shouldn't be any page number, and the table of contents should not have page number as well. but the page numbers will start from here as 1. So meaning that we are dividing the page 3 from page 3 going from page 1 and 2. So meaning page 1 and 2 will be section 1, and page 3 going will be section 2. So whenever you have that situation, you need to insert what you call the section break. So I'm going to insert the section break for you. Now to insert the section break, you go to layout, break, and then you choose continuous. You choose continuous. Right. And then when you choose continuous, you must go to the next page. Double click on the header. Make sure there's no link to previous. You must remove it. Then you go to the footer of page 3 again. Make sure you remove the link to previous. There shouldn't be any link to previous. You must check. So meaning that we have divided this section, which is section 3, from the first section. That's what you must do. Now, after that, you now go to this page and then you insert your page numbers, bottom of the page, and then you insert the page number. So you can see that we have removed this section from that section. That's why I'm starting from this page here. But now it gives us 0. So we have to format it and choose start at 1. So that page 1 will start at this page. And then this will be page 2. Also, if it's not there, you can insert it. So this page 2, page 3 going. But the first page will not have. So basically, that's how we insert the section break. Now, let's check the next question. Don't forget, if you did not get a concept right, you can just put your comment there and then I will go over. Okay, somebody is saying, what page numbering in an exam would they ever want us to use separators? Can you come clear? Meaning the odd and even. That's what we are going there, whereby they say odd must be there, even must also be there. Or they can also ask you to use the section break. They can also ask you to use the section break. Right. So I'm going to do the other page numbering, which is 4th Street. It says, insert page numbers in the page footer as follows. Use thick line page numbering style. Align the odd page numbering to the right. And ensure that no page numbers in the even page footer. So here, they want you to separate the odd from the even page numbering. So I'm going to open 4th Street. And in most cases, grade 12 questions, you always get this type of page numbering, either the section break one or the odd and then even page numbering. So I'm opening the 4th Street. This is 4th Street. And then the question says, we must use the thick line page numbering style. Odd numbers should be on the right, even numbers should not have. So whenever you have this type of question, you go to page numbers. You can use the tell me what to do or search and type page numbers. Then you see bottom of the page. And the question says you must use the thick always use the right one. This is the thick one. Good. Now, as soon as you insert a page number, it's going to give you the header and footer. Make sure you take different, odd, and even. Anytime you want to separate, like what somebody asked, to separate odd numbers from even numbers, you take different, odd, and even. Now, when you take different, odd, and even, now the question says, the odd numbers should be to the right, and then the even numbers, there should not be any page numbering. So here is the odd number, which is 1, should be to the right. So you just select it, and then you go to home, take it to the right alignment. Then go and check the even number. There's nothing there. Sometimes if they ask you to put the even number also to the center, you can insert again from the header and footer, and then you insert the even number as well. They can also tell the even number should be to the left. You select, and then you take it to the left. Right, so even number alignment to be to the left, odd number to the right. Right, so that is how we separate the page numbering. I hope I answered your question. Okay, this one is saying like hyphens and then the column. Are you saying like page numbers that has hyphen and then column, or can you come clear for me to see if you have any other question of that nature? Are you talking about separating them with hyphen or hyphenation? If you can come clear with your question. Right. So basically, watch out for this type of page numbering, different, odd, and even, and then also page numbering whereby we start numbering from a certain page. You have to put the section break. Now, this one here, 2 Avengers, that is also one page numbering that it looks different from other page numbers. Now you can see that this time they put the page numbers in margins. So let's look at it, 2 Avengers. Now the question says, add page number to the document to display as shown below. So they didn't tell you where you must place it, but you can see from the image, it is vertical. That's in margins. So to insert that, you go to insert page numbers. You don't choose the top of the document, neither will you choose bottom of the document, but you choose in margin. So you can see this one is the one on the left. There are other options available, but now this one has a circular. So meaning they chose this one, which is circle left. There we go. So they chose circle left. Now, the odd numbers were on the left. So the even number, you go there. This odd number. When you go to the even number, you choose again in margin. So that one was circle right. So the even number is circle right. Odd number is circle left. So how did they achieve that? They take different odd and then even. If different odd and even is not tick, you can separate them. So this one was tick. That's why they put the odd number to the left and then even number to the right, as you can see from the screenshot. Right, and then page number in the footer as follows. The odd pages to align to the right and even numbers to the left. You must select the top line 1 and top line 2. So basically, the page numbers, that's how we do it. Even and odd even numbers. And then also, they can tell you where you must start numbering them from. Right, so you can try your hands on them. So basically, this is what you must expect regarding the page numbering system. There are two options, either in margin at the bottom or section break whereby you start. So let's do the last section break page numbers, and then we go to the next topic. Now, one tech. Let's look at one tech. I think one tech is similar to the other ones. This is also similar, but let me do this one, venues. Then we can close the chapter of page numbers. Right, according to the question, apply automatic numbering centered at the bottom of the page. Now the keyword say it should be center. No page numbers must display on the first two pages. So the first two pages, these two must not have any page number. So whenever you see that type of question, it means that we have to put continuous section break. So you go to layout, break, and then you choose continuous. Or you can just type section break from tell me what to do. You'll see section break, and then you select continuous. Now, as soon as you select continuous section break, go to the next page. On the header section, double click, remove link to previous. On the footer section, check again that there's no link to previous. So both the footer and the header must be removed. If you don't remove that, there's no way that you'll be able to insert the page numbers. So now that I've removed the header, link to previous, and then the footer, I can go to this footer and start inserting the page numbers. How am I going to do that? The question says it should be at the bottom of the page and it should be center, and it should start numbering from 1, 2, 3. So from the header and footer, I go to page numbers, the bottom, and then I choose the page number that I'm looking for. Now it says you must use the tiled style. So I must look for the tiled style. Right, and it should be at the center. Now, they are saying that the odd numbers display only odd page numbers. That means only odd page numbers should be displayed. So I must take different odd and even again. So that here we'll start with 1, the odd number. This one must not be there because it's even page. And here we'll start at 1. No page there. Then it goes there at 3. So when you choose different odd and even, you are separating the pages. But the question says the even pages should not be numbered. Only odd pages should be numbered. And then a different first page, we don't want the first page to be there. And then the second page also, we put the continuous section break. So this brings to an end of the page break, and then the section break and page numbering system. Right. Let me move straight to the next topic, using the ruler settings by focusing on the tab stop. Now, the question says we must look at this, and then we'll set the tab stop, which is 2 stadiums. So I'm going to open 2 stadiums. Yeah, now, according to the question, it says we must display it so that it looks as you see on the screen. Now, let's identify some of the common things on the screen. We can see that the stadiums and all these are starting from 0 with a left indent. Why is it left indent? Because both the first line and hanging and left are all on the same position. Then on position 24, we see like letter L to the left, which is the right indent. This is right indent. Not right indent, it's a right tab stop. If it's left, it will be like L. Right. And then there are lines in between them. So let's take a look at that one. 2 stadiums. Here is it. So first of all, you select them. And then when you select, this one is okay on 0. But here, there's 24, which is right. So how do we do that? And there are lines up to that 24. There are lines up to that 24. So you double click at the bottom. Don't click in the middle. At the bottom, it gives you that 24 tab stop. And then it is right. Then there are lines in between. So you take the line and then you click on set. And then okay. There we go. So you get it easily. Once you set it, and then you pick your lines. Now, let me clear it. And then I set another one. Let's say I want a line, a bar line at 10 centimeter. I double click there. But instead of right or left, I choose bar and I click on set. So there will be a line. So you can see vertical line separating these two. You can get a question also like that. Watch out for that, whereby there's a line. And look at the ruler there, there's a vertical line. There's a vertical line at 10 centimeter. So you can get a screenshot whereby they will give you some of these tab stop and then they will ask you to answer that. Right. Again, using the ruler setting for this, which is one review name. You can see that at 2 centimeter, and this one here, and this one is at 14.5. Let's look at it. 2 review line. After the tab stop and the ruler settings, we will bring our lesson to an end. If you have any question, you can ask also. Tomorrow, I will try as much as possible to have about 2 lessons. One finishing Microsoft Word basics, and then the next one will be finishing the basics in spreadsheet. We will try in such a way that the whole of this week we'll be able to finish all these. Right, to review. I think I don't see it here. Review name. So one review name, not 2 review name. One review name. One review name. Here is it. Right. So this question, we need to modify this as you see on the screen. Now on the screen, you will see that in 2019, it starts at 2 centimeter. And then also at 14.5, we also have the right indent, or the right indent at 14.5. So we need to do it as you see on the screen. We must take this bottom one to 0 and the top to 2 centimeter. And then the right one should be up to 14.5. So basically you use the ruler settings and then you place them. Sometimes they can also ask you question to put it or put a border around it. Whenever they ask you to put a border around it, you use insert shapes and then you draw. It could be rectangle or just a tab stop. Rectangle or text box. And then you go to the layout option and then you choose behind text so that you can have it at the back of the text if they ask that type of question. So please go through these questions with the tab stop and other questions like this. Tomorrow we are going to focus on section break with a watermark on a certain page, and then we'll look at word art and also the cover pages and other questions. We'll try to push in such a way that we cover all the aspects in Microsoft Word. I don't want this time the lessons to be too long, so that you'll be able, when you are revising, you'll be able to go through each and every content. Tomorrow we will try and have about 2 lessons. I will start early. The first one will be from 5 to 6. And then the next one will be 6:30 to 7:30 or 8. So tomorrow, don't forget, I will share the link. We have 2 lessons tomorrow. If you have any question, you may ask. If there's no question, I'm going to end the lesson here today. Tomorrow, we will go through other Microsoft Word questions. But then don't forget to try solving these questions, please. If you're able to go through the questions that I've prepared for you, I don't think Microsoft Word will be difficult for you, and even spreadsheet. Someone said, how do you do the one whereby they ask you to make columns of a paragraph and place a sentence at the top? Okay, good. I like that question as well. I'm going to use this one. Let's say you have these two paragraphs and they want you to put these two in two columns, and each of them must be on top of each column. So when you select them, you go to columns. You can use layout or you can use search and type columns. Add or remove columns, more columns. So we want to choose two columns with a line between. Now we want this one from here, from the wall here to be on top of this column. What do you have to do? You click just before that sentence, go to layout, breaks, and then you choose column. Column break, that means you are pushing it to the next column. So that is how we do that. If you want to push each of them to each column, you use the column break to push it to the next column. Right. I think I've answered your question. That's how we place them in different columns. Tomorrow we will look at columns as well into details. We will look at columns also. Any question again? If there's no question, we will end here. And then tomorrow we'll continue with our lesson. Like I said, we have 2 lessons. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for your precious time. Good night.